Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The month of Ramadan is a really important month for us to share the message of Islam with our fellow brothers and sisters in humanity, our non-Muslims. So I would say to them one important passage from the Quran, one ayah from the Quran, Surah Baqarah, ayah number 183. The translation is this: O you who believe, fasting has been prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may attain God consciousness. So what I would say to them is, yes, Muslims are fasting because it's an obligation. And yes, Muslims are fasting because we are also following the sunnah of all the previous prophets and the previous messengers. So suppose if I'm conversing with a Jew or a Christian, I can say to them that Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, when he was receiving the 10 commandments, it says in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse number 3, the 10 commandments, Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, he was in the state of fasting. So we Muslims are fasting because he also used to fast, Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. Secondly, Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, he was also in the state of fasting. It says in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter number 4, verse number 2, that Jesus used to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. So we are fasting because those prophets, they also used to fast. But we are also following the other examples of those previous prophets and messengers. You know, Muslim males, when we have a beard, all the prophets of the past, including Jesus, they had the beard. Also, Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, he used to greet his disciples with the greeting of peace be upon you. It says in the Gospel of John, chapter 20, verse number 19 and verse number 21, when he went to the upper chamber, he saw his Sahaba, his disciples. The very first thing he mentioned to them is peace be upon you. So we Muslims, when we greet each other, we say Assalamu alaikum, peace of God be upon you. We are also following Jesus, peace be upon him, because he used to worship the way that Muslims are worshipping now, by putting our forehead on the ground and worshipping the one creator, by doing the sajda or the sujood. You know, Jesus, peace be upon him, according to the Bible, in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 26, verse number 39, when the people were coming after him, you know, the Jews and the Romans, he went to the Garden of Gethsemane. Over there, he placed his forehead on the ground and he's praying to his creator, and he said that, oh God, take this cup of death away from me. Not my will, but your will. So we are also praying the way that Jesus did. But the biggest thing that we are following of all the prophets and all the messengers is their worshipping and submitting to one God. For example, you know, it says in the Quran, chapter 3, verse number 51, the main message of Prophet Jesus is to invite people to the worship of one God. Inna Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'budu haza siratam mustaqim. Surah Al-Imran, ayah number 51, Jesus is quoted in the Quran, and Jesus is saying, verily, Allah is my Lord and your Lord. Worship him alone, and that is the straight path. Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, mentioned to his people that, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is only one, in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse number 4. And obviously we Muslims, we follow Muhammad, peace be upon him, and all the prophets in submitting to the one creator. So in summary, we can say to the Jews and the Christians and the non-Muslims, Muslims are fasting because it's an obligation. Muslims are fasting because it's a sunnah or the example of all the prophets and the messengers. So if you also love Moses and Jesus and all the prophets, let's fast the way Muslims are fasting. Let's worship the way the Muslims are worshipping, and let's worship the one creator that Muslims are worshipping too, and all the prophets, they did. So may Allah accept it from you and me. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.